Hi everyone. In today's session, I am going to be breaking down 35 different ways in which Vastu is used to mislead or scam potential home buyers or home builders. The reason why I'm saying this today and I felt that this video was very important is because keeping in mind, irrespective where you're from in India or from abroad, when people do approach either architecture, astrologers, or just Vastu consultants in general, most of the times they are being scammed, and not necessarily directly but indirectly as well. So I'll be telling you different ways of how we get scammed or these potential home buyers are getting scammed, to give you a clear idea to stop yourself from getting into this, and also to know how to go about the right approach in helping you guys get the perfect Vastu consultant to help you get the perfect Vastu compliant space. So saying that, let me start off with telling you the first thing that we have, or the first subtopic that I want to cover, is building level manipulation in the term of Vastu. So when I mean building level manipulation or builder level manipulation, this basically deals with those where the properties are already been constructed and the builder wants to sell their property. So it might be row houses, townhouses, it can be apartments, any complexes that are there, either residential or commercial, that a builder wants to sell off. In the name of Vastu, I have been able to identify 5 such areas where the manipulation actually happens. The first one being market level manipulation. That means what most of the home buyers or potential home buyers know is that east and north facing are good, but they don't have an in-depth knowledge about it. So they tend to get misled saying that all east facing and north facing entrances are auspicious, but this is not the case. When you learn in detail, you will be able to understand north entrance and east entrance each have 8 different set of entrances, and each of these 8 entrances have their own attributes associated to it. So that is why not all the 8 of north and not all 8 entrances of east are good. Some of them are also bad and can yield negative effects. So it's very important to check which exact entrance is your particular house or your unit actually in, to understand whether it's auspicious or not. So you have to make sure, just don't look at the facing of the entrance, but which zone the entrances is falling in. The second one is, most of the times people or the builders, they tend to create flake floor plans for approvals, and later what they do is, during the execution phase while the building is actually being constructed, so for example, if there's a potential home buyer, they would have done a down payment and they would have registered a particular flat in their name, so the construction is still happening. So during the construction phase, if there's any error that happens during the construction and they want to close it, in the name of Vastu, when handing over to the client, they say this was a Vastu recommendation and an adjustment that is done, and hence it is like this. So again, this is another potential way of how home buyers or potential home builders are being scammed, and this is something that you must refrain from, and you must refrain from falling for this as well. The third one is, in the name of Vastu, many times when you have a larger complex building that is there, they tend to say that this is a Vastu compliant unit, or this is a Vastu compliant apartment or plot or commercial space. And since this is a Vastu compliant, like 100%, others are 75-80%, but this is 100% Vastu compliant, the quotation of this particular unit is high. But actually this cannot be true. Not all the possible units can be 100% Vastu compliant. Yes, keeping in mind that when there are multi-dwelling units, there might be a small errors that are there that can happen, or sometimes there might be major flaws, but it does not mean that extra quotation or price can be charged in the name of 100% Vastu compliancy. Sometimes it might be a false statement just to increase and to sell off these unsold units. But yeah, the next thing that I've been, or the fourth thing that I've been able to identify, that how manipulation happens through builders, is that when, for example, say a property itself, like an apartment complex, if they've sold out almost, say, 100 units out of the 150 units that they have, and they still have 50 units left. So at this point of time, to make sure, in order to push these unsold units to get sold faster, they go about telling that there are a lot, these units that are there, they market it such a way saying that this house is located in this particular zone, and this kind of Vastu is done to it. These are the power zones, you'll be able to manifest this. A lot of gimmicks, a lot of wrong information is fed, and these twisted concepts around vastu, which may exist or may not exist, is actually used to dupe people to actually go about buying the spaces. And the last point that I've been able to identify is that what happens is, before the actual building is constructed, especially for those who go about investing into properties during the building stage while you give your down payment, for making sure that the person gives the down payment, they might show you an ideal unit which is vastu compliant, but actually while handing over to you with the actual flat that they would be staying in, or the unit that they would be staying in, the orientation and the entrance might not be given that much of a importance. So there might be fluctuations which again can be wrong, because again, like I said, even with the 5 to 10 degree tilt from the actual north that we have, or any zone in that case, can give negative effects. So it's very, very important to know which zone and which degree and what is being placed to reap its maximum benefits, and most importantly, positive benefits. The next thing that I want to say, so all these 5 points were basically in terms of your builder level manipulation. Next is your interior design level manipulation. Firstly, colors mostly used amongst many people who want to sell their units is color. So even if you want to go about rearranging your spaces, saying, for example, just to say, if every client is different, every potential homeowner is different, and their needs are different, to cater to all of that, one of the just easiest ways to say is, this is vastu compliant, hence it is like this, and we have gone about designing the space like this. Okay, so by having extravagant shifts or exaggerated placements of different spaces like bedrooms or kitchens or bathrooms, or unnecessarily shrinking or enlarging any space or activity area, something that you can see done in the name of vastu. The second one is vastu approved colors. So when sometimes there is a possibility human error can happen, for example, if they would have initially decided to give a particular color in the interior, but later they realized they either got the wrong paint, or there was a problem during the mixing of paint, so the accurate color was not done, they obviously can't go about buying a new paint, because again it would add in the extra billing of quantities, right? So at that point they use the same color in the name of vastu, which is again wrong, because even though color has a very, very important part in vastu, especially in interiors, the wrong color in the wrong zone can counteract and give you negative results. So that is why this is one of the way how it's misled, and which can actually go about causing you negative effects when you go about staying in that space. The next one is, when you notice, one of the most commonly seen things is vastu remedies. So in the name of vastu remedies, when people go into consultation either with a vastu consultant, architect, or anybody who knows vastu, they go about saying these are the problems that are arising with me when I'm staying in the place. For example, a client comes in and says that from the past 1 year I've been residing in this house and I've had so many negative things happen. So with just the basic probably idea of what they're trying to say, even without referring to an actual floor plan, they'll be telling things like, add a metal strip here, add this strip here, that strip here. But accuracy of which is your actual north, that is your 0 degree, is very, very important to go about firstly zoning your spaces, and post that incorporating these remedies. So there is a way in which this has been misused, and please do make sure you stay out of it, because again, doing it wrongly also can give you a lot of negative impact, and most importantly you'll be shelling out a lot of money, not just for your consultation but also for going about placing and buying your remedies to go about implementing it on site. So please do make sure you go to a genuine person and get your vastu remedies done by them, than just going to random people and telling what to be done. Okay, next, again in vastu remedies, there's another section where we deal with idols and certain items that can be considered auspicious. So we have eagle figurines, we have chessboards, we have Kubera figurine. There's so many other figurines that we have, which are generally placed in certain zones to increase the energies flowing through that space and the attributes associated to it. So here what happens is, most of the times when people go to vastu consultants, they charge a very hefty amount just for the consultation. 50,000, 75,000, 1 lakh, it can go up to even more than that. And the actual solution they give, or the remedies that they give, are just in thousands, like 2,500 to anywhere under 10,000 sometimes, which does not need a major renovation. So at this point of time, again, it's very important that you're not scammed, because it isn't really, I feel at least, coming from understanding that, this can be misused by having higher quotations of pricing, especially from Vastu consultants. So it's very important, go to genuine ones. At the same time, make sure you have it in within your budget so you don't shell out. Because as far as at least I know, most of the remedies that we have, there are exceptions though, but most of the remedies that we have can be done in a very limited budget and do not need that much of shelling to be done from your pockets. And the last one is, in the name of improving energies, especially when you see couples who have issues saying, we're having fights, or there's infertility, or there's lack of wealth, this and that. What they go about doing is they sell spaces saying these are energy aura spaces or energy filled spaces, and without any proof, these are said and claimed with so much, so much what you say, with so much confidence, which is actually not true. Again, it basically comes down to the stage where you have to first identify your action lot, place your Vastu chakra, your Vastu grid, identify where exactly the errors are there, and then go about spacing it. So it's very, very important to not fall for such bogus things, but actually get it again done by a genuine person to make sure you're able to reap the benefits positively. Next, I would like to quote this as, red flags or fake experts in Vastu. So, most of the times, what happens, Vastu is not something, it is, I 100% agree that Vastu is, when applied on site properly, it is very, very beneficial and you can reap the most benefits out of it. But what happens is, there is no actual university, at least as far as I know. You can learn the information, but there's no authorization or certification that goes about telling you that you are a genuine one who's passed probably these many tests to get there. It's a skill that is taught, very valued and taught, but very, very misused as well. So people who know half information about Vastu, or people who just don't have a real background behind it, or have just read about books and gone about giving you like suggestions or consultations, what happens is they come up with terms like aura readings and energy scans, which I don't know how true that is, because there are people who do it and who are genuinely knowing about it, and there are a lot of people who fake it and still don't do anything about it. So it's very, very important that you don't fall for the gimmicks. Even if you're going for aura reading, energy scans, if you're going for Reiki of your Vastu space, or if you're going based on astrology, Vastu, crystals, and Vastu, whatever it is, go to genuine people and make sure you cross check with already potential clients who have gone to them and reap the benefits. Don't fall for this simply because they told it's going to help you recover in one day, 24 hours, or 1 month you'll be able to see results. Just don't fall for that. Make sure you have a thorough run through of their background and how more than pure, how genuine they are, and then go about influencing on your energy scans and aura readings and apply it on your space. Next, one other thing that is majoritively seen, I think especially in the Indian context, if I'm not wrong, yes, even in abroad there are cleansings that happen, but nazar is something that is seen majoritively in the Indian context, because not just your house, even people, they say, you have to remove your nazar, people might have put a bad eye on you and all of that. So in the name of that also, what people do is they what do you say, they tend to offer, or during consultation they tend to say that why don't you go about buying this expensive cleansing ritual, because this will help you remove all the bad energies and your life will come to normal, which is not actually true. There are simple cleansing rituals, as simple as putting salt into your water while mopping the floor. These are very simple things that you can do on a day-to-day basis to go about doing the same. And even if not that, you can put an evil eye at the entrance of your door, facing outwards, so you can absorb all the negative energy. There are small, very simple techniques of how you can go about doing it, and you do not always need expensive cleansing rituals. So don't fall for this scam as well. Next, one of the other things that I've seen in Vastu, let me again rectify this. Yes, it is important to do pujas while or before you enter your space. Alright, it is called as Vastu Puja, Bhumi Puja. There are multiple pujas that are actually considered and done, which is good as per Vastu. But in the name of this, people are again getting scammed with being charged hefty amounts to perform this particular puja. There are ways of how you can go about calling a pandit or a pujari to do it in a minimal amount. And if you're equipped enough, you can self do your own puja. There are multiple videos that are actually there. Again, look for genuine ones, and you do not actually have to pay a huge price in order to get these pujas done. You can keep it minimal, you can keep it budget friendly, and make sure you go about choosing the right one and understanding which is genuine, which is not. Next, again, in this red flag business, I would like to say one more thing is fear based Vastu. Most of the times, what happens is people might have had bad experiences in life and they want a change of place because they feel that it is not good, that, since the time we've come into the house, we're not able to get good things, and all of that might be there. More than their actual problem, people or the consultants tend to induce fear into it to make it more aggregated issue, and they tend to charge a hefty amount in order to help them in the name, in the name, such that they want them to uh, you know correct vastu doshas effectively and immediately. So don't again fall for this, because yes, as I said, it is important to make sure it's vastu compliant, but fear based of anything is never the solution, because you are being scammed most of the times in such reasons. And the reason why I say this is especially when you're going to astrological based vastu. For example, if you're focusing on that, there are two major planets that we consider, that is Saturn and Rahu. Saturn is basically considered on the western, like west facing or western side of your plot, and Rahu being the southern side or the southwestern side of your plot. These are two very very delicate planets and can give you negative results, I agree. But just in the name of that, fear induced any solution, any rectification without thorough knowledge can even give you extra negative effects and actually positively correcting it. So please do make sure you do not fall for such scams. Lastly, one major thing is that even after all the remedies that have been done, during that has been given to the client while consultation, they have applied everything into the site, but they do not, or they're not able to see any benefits out of it. At this point of time, one of the most frequently commonly termed things that we see is vastu based karma debts, or dharmic based karmic debts. This basically means, irrespective if you actually apply it or not in your spaces, that is through symbols like swastika or whatever of those are, the multiple things we'll be covering in other sessions as well, you can look into those. But to give you a brief idea, they say that even though we have applied all of this, sometimes it may not be effective because you might have had a bad karmic debt from your previous life and all that, or that is why this symbolic actions or things that we have placed is not helping you reap the benefits. So this is one thing that you can see. I do agree to a bit of it, but most of the times it is because of the negligence, and because the vastu consultant does not have thorough knowledge of it, and you're being misplacing the elements wrongly in your space, and that is why you're not reaping the benefits. Yes, again, like I said, there are possibilities of this coming true, but very limited. So that is why go to a genuine vastu consultant so you do not get scammed. Next, real estate tactics, especially in terms of sales and marketing of any units. Firstly, I think this is something that most of us have been able to see, especially during the past few years, is you are only suggesting the problem and you are only bringing about the solution. This is something that is majorly seen not just in Vastu but for many niches. Similarly, in real estate, what they basically do is they go about telling the buyers that, the house will only sell after the Vastu remedies have been done, or after the house is either Vastu compliant. So most of the times they tend to charge extra to just go about giving the solutions. And like I said just a couple of minutes ago, these solutions are most of the times very, very less compared to what consultation amount you're giving. So make sure you go to genuine ones and make sure you do not get your pockets robbed. Second one, in the name of Vastu, they tend to give a lot of Vastu cures, Vastu remedies, Vastu symbols to place in your spaces. Sometimes there's major renovation work, breaking down of walls, all of that happens. But after that also you do not see any kind of improvement in your space. Since people do not give refunds for consultations that happen, they tend to term it, or tend to tell it as deep rooted karmic debts, and that is it, end of situation. Neither do you get a refund nor do you get a solution for the problems you're facing. To avoid this, one, I would say, first, don't fall for such scams. Second, find genuine Vastu consultants who will be able to help you out with the same. Third, awareness and actual education regarding Vastu is very, very important. Because even when you learn Vastu, even if you don't want to pursue it long term as a Vastu consultant, you will at least have the basic knowledge to understand whether you're being scammed or not. The reason why I'm saying this is, when you're investing in a property in India, nearly where 4 out of 5 home buyers that we have want their spaces to be Vastu compliant, irrespective if they believe in it or not, because these are having higher potential pay scales when they're being sold. Secondly, what happens is, when there are Vastu compliant spaces, be it commercial or residential, there are more potential people you can rent it out to for higher pay scale. So hence, what you have to do is make sure when you're buying the property itself, you have basic knowledge of Vastu, understanding the zones, the directions, the entrances, all of that. So when you go about taking your empty plot or your actual site or your already built space for any changes or remedies or renovation, you do not get fooled, and you have enough knowledge to sit with the Vastu consultant to say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Isn't it like this? Isn't it like that? So you will have the upper hand and you will not get scammed during this process. So please do make sure, awareness and education being my first major goal into Vastu or anything in general, make sure you have enough knowledge about it, enough at least to tackle, and you don't fall into these gimmicks that are played, especially in the real estate industry. Next, the next one I want to talk about is the third one, that is creating exclusive Vastu membership plans. That basically means, there are people who say that, energy cleansing once a month, Vastu, what you say, cleansing your Vastu of your house once a month, this, that, they have a lot of membership plans. This, I would say, more than a scam, is based on belief. Only thing I would attach to it is, do not fall again for high pay Vastu membership plans. There are simple remedies that you can do every day to day life. I will be linking the couple of very simple day to day things that you can do to balance out your Vastu in your space. I'll be linking it in the description below. You can go click on that. But you don't really need a lot of money to go about cleansing your space. Keeping in mind that the Vastu in terms of zones and planning is set, it's only the materials or basic negative energies that you have in your space to balancing out. You can use basic household items to neutralize it. Okay. And the last thing that I want to talk about is bringing in a sense of false image or a scarcity in terms of potential home buyers. The reason why I'm saying this is, most of the times they want to build urgency. The whole motto of sales is to bring urgency, that you kind of bring the potential home buyer or client in urgency to say that, no, you're going to miss out on this property. This is 100% Vastu compliant and all of those things. The more urgency that you get, the more you say that, we have limited slots, we have limited units for selling. They tend to build in and get a complete down payment or entire payment from the buyer. So in this case, when you're having the rush to purchase any of the properties and making rush decisions or quick decisions, most of the time this is not true, because it's just a way of pushing it. But again, make sure you do not fall into the gimmicks of it, because most of the time the ones they're actually going and doing this scarcity thing is for those which are not Vastu compliant completely. That is 100%. So make sure you do your own research, understanding, and have enough knowledge and education to go about understanding whether this is true or not, whatever they're trying to sell you. And in this, they might also come into bringing testimonials or fabricated success stories to make sure you feel that, yes, you are on the right track. Again, make sure they're authentic sources, even if they're given you. Ask them, if possible, if you can actually connect with them, or people who are residing in the apartments, if you can speak to them, understand whether it's true or not, and then take the decision. Again, this is possible, if possible, because not everybody would be open to it. Next, since we covered the 3 major genres that we had, now I just want to cover a couple of general Vastu myths that are there. This may be seen due to lack of knowledge. This can be based on property scams or tactics. This can be based on money-driven manipulation. This can be based on scarcity tactics, misuse, fear-based. Of course, we did cover a few of them just prior to this, but let me tell you a briefer understanding on a general note how this is done. First, if you're having any health issues or any individuals residing in a space immediately tend to see an upscale in health issues. They tend to say that, there may be minor or major vastu defects that are happening, even if they're unrelated. Yes, let me tell you, when you have a toilet in your northeast, there are chances that you might develop cancer as per vastu teachings that are there. But it doesn't mean all the zones are going to do it. So the remedy or the problem that you have and the solution that you're giving might not be relevant at all. Again, look for genuine ones to help you get sorted and to understand the best way to get it rectified or corrected if it's health issues. Second one, there are certain people who do say, especially for reselling houses or houses that were already first ownership and they were sold to the second one, there might be a sense of urgency for the potential home buyers, or these real estate people might be doing a little gimmicks in between. So they might say that, giving wrong testimony, saying, the previous people who stayed in this house had this kind of health issues and they randomly cured because it was because of this vastu of the space. So you will be the next lucky client to get it. And the reason why they're selling this property is because they're shifting abroad, because they made more monetary gains. It might be true, it might not be, but again, this completely deals with looking into the authenticity of the actual information given, and whether to see whether it's true or not with actual testimonies and not the ones that are fabricated stories. Next, unnecessary disasters predictions using Vastu. Now, let me tell you something. There are possibilities of unexpected deaths, divorces, suicides, and all that can happen due to negligence or not proper placements of, Vastu. So, to give you an example, if there is a well that is constructed in the southwest zone, there are possibilities of such occurrences that can happen, but not always can such major disasters happen. So most of the times they say if these changes aren't done, as simple as just saying if the sink or commode are here, they tend to just make up, cook up stories and say a lot of things. So in these situations, again, make sure that without being fear based, without having unnecessary predictions done, if it's true or not, look into the genuinity of it and then go about getting your spaces rectified as per Vastu, or implement the Vastu remedies accordingly. Next, so for most of them, what happens is when you have builders partnering with, a particular site owner or contractors or whatever, sometimes they tend to push for renovations, and these renovations are done in the name of Vastu, saying this was not Vastu compliant, so we're making these changes. Sometimes these are small, sometimes these are major. Again, look into the authenticity. Next, so one thing that I've personally been able to see, I think I've covered in a previous a session of mine, was regarding one of the Vastu remedies where a major house, like a brand new house, was literally renovated with almost half the same amount of budget that they spent during the initial construction, which was a big shock to me. So there's a lot of labeling properties as non-compliant or not Vastu compliant and suggesting them major remedies or changes in the spaces, especially in the alignment of doors. So the person that I was talking about was a family friend that we had, and they had a house which basically had two doors aligned in the same axis. Okay, and as per Vastu, there's a myth actually that if two or more doors align in the same axis, it's not good, but actually it is. In these cases, at that time, I was not a Vastu consultant, or I did not know Vastu, and I was a young child who had just started off with an architecture degree at that time. So I was very curious of how they spent so much money, and they spent the equal half amount of it, or almost 1/3 to half of it, on renovation, again in just in the name of Vastu. But when I actually learned Vastu later, I realized that was not even recommended or needed. It was just fear based, and they did a huge renovation with huge price amount. For both the renovation it was given, and even the consultant, that amount was given. So it was useless and was completely fear based. And they also tend up mixing feng shui, vastu, astrology, crystals. You can go about doing it, because in vastu, again, we have a certain crystal that we use, that's rose quartz, that's generally asked to be kept in the southwest zone, because the southwest zone is generally linked with relationships in general. But not all crystals have to be placed. Generally, crystals are used as remedy. So just make sure you don't fall for it, because there are crystals ranging from the smallest price to the hugest amounts that's running to lakhs. So don't get duped in the name. Again, look for authentic people who, even if you want to consider astrology based Vastu designing, look into authentic ones and then go about doing whatever you want to do into your space. But don't fall for these gimmicks. And also, one more thing that happens is when say if any builder is basically having any space designed, or any apartment complex that is designed, not most of the apartments that are designed are Vastu compliant. They just design it keeping in mind of the basic design logistics. But later they tend to approach Vastu consultants, pay them a huge amount, and ask them for a false certification saying that this particular property is Vastu compliant. So when they're actually going over spelling, what do you say, selling their spaces, they sell it in the name saying that it is Vastu compliant and it is certified by a Vastu consultant. And this is one of the ways where again people are duped, because these are unverifiable, right? And certifications again do not prove their authenticity most of the times. They can be fake certificates, they can be made up. So yeah, not always, but majority of the times this kind of scams can be seen. And also what they tend to do is they tend to reject any kind of second opinion the client or potential home buyers want to do, because they do know that if they do go to a genuine one, they might end up getting caught, and not just the unit sale might reduce, but the whole apartment finally, when people start getting to know that sales might reduce. So they generally tend to discourage second opinions, especially in terms of Vastu. So these are just a couple of things or a couple of scams that I have been able to identify in Vastu or in the name of Vastu. There might be many more things that have been heard, seen by most of you all. My only genuine request from today's session is that do not get scared saying that only so many negatives that you have heard. I've just pointed out of so many positive things that are also there in terms of Vastu. The only reason for this is not to inflict fear again, it is to make sure you're enough educated so you don't fall for these traps. What I would suggest on a personal note is find someone, however you want it, either design based Vastu consultant, astrology based Vastu consultant, or if you want a mix of crystal and Vastu based, Vastu consultant. There are many people who have multidisciplinaries as well. So you can choose, look into the authenticity of these particular people, make sure you have actual reliable testimonials, or clients who have already got a consultation with them, and then go about choosing it. And also make sure it is budget friendly, because I'll be very honest, you guys can also look it up in the industry, on Google. Most of the Vastu remedies that they have do not require, yes, there are chances where renovations, there are chances where remedies do require a high-end payment, but there are a lot other remedies which are lower priced, literally ranging between 2.5k or 2500 rupees, anywhere within 10,000 rupees. So look into the accuracy of it, the genuinity of it, and also please make sure you don't burn your pockets by spending such hefty amount of money on such remedies. So saying that, I hope today's session gave you a briefer idea about what are the scams and what are the different 35 scams around Vastu that I've been able to identify. Along with which, I also hope that you do not stop your learning journey. Like I said, continue your learning journey. It can be with anyone, but make sure you know Vastu, and before buying your house, make sure you have enough knowledge and understanding of how it is applied on site. So any potential site or building or unit you go to see, you are yourself able to do a first level of evaluation whether this is actually Vastu compliant or not, and then proceed with going about getting your spaces or purchasing the units. So saying that, thank you very much.